Yes, this morning I waved goodbye to 75, in fact 76,000 HBAR. And before I start getting the comments, no, I don't have paper hands or anything like that. It was a well calculated decision. And I thought it'd be useful to put myself out there and explain my logic, because you stick and watch this video, you'll understand that irrespective of what HBAR now does, I won't lose. And I think this is really, really important. And also, this isn't a hate HBAR or love it. It's neither for me. I just see it as a mere vehicle to make me money, as an asset. I'm not emotionally tied to it. I've held it for a long time and will be frustrated, no doubt, like a lot of holders. But this has not been a rushed or a panicked decision. And this video is much more than just about HBAR. It's the logic behind the decision. So it also applies to maybe other coins of a similar ilk, maybe your quants and your XRPs that you may be holding. And I also want to be clear that this will not apply to everyone. It's down to your certain circumstances. But I think there will be quite a few of you where this may actually give you food for thought. And the reason why I'm so motivated to make this video, despite still not being well, is because right now is a key time to be making any last minute tweaks to our portfolio. You know, this is kind of it. And it can make, and I've no doubt will make, depending on your situation and what you do, a vast difference to the outcome of this bull run. I'll also be proving that I've done this, to be transparent, and also I'll be revealing the YouTuber that cost me a lot of money. That's probably not quite a fair way of phrasing it. It's my fault. I listened to him, but I think you can learn from this as well. It's not to call out this particular person by any means, but I don't want you to fall in the same trap. Thankfully, I realised early enough. But I think that's also an important lesson, because I think there's too many people building the wrong types of portfolio, and you just will not do yourself justice. So, yeah, a lot to get through, and I think this is going to be good. So let's get on with it. Okay, guys, as promised, here you can see my Mexi account, and here's the transaction. So for 7.55 this morning, I sold at 10.555. And that generated me the 8 grand that I was after. Now, it's a bit later in the day now, so we can see where we are. I was a little bit higher than where it currently is now. It did go up a little bit more, but yeah, somewhere-ish around here. So why did I actually sell there? Well, when it was going down here, I didn't panic, because I thought it likely to go back here. But I'm going to bring you to my research concerning the market. So my plan last night was always to sell, and I'm going to give you my motivation shortly for doing so. But it doesn't bother me at all if this thing then goes even further, and you're going to begin to understand why. So I posted this in our community 15 hours ago. Market update, you need to know this. And I presented the case for either going up or going down. So on one hand, we have this bullish case, and we've got this guy basically stating it's reaching ascending support, 4-hour chart, similar to late January before a rally. So it indicates a bottom correction may be near. All right. However, on the other hand, alpha got rejected off the top of a channel 5D time frame, bearish case, and you can see here. Now, a YouTuber I've got a lot of respect for, and I know some of you guys have commented, is Steve from Crypto Crew University, and I do watch him religiously. He's just so helpful. What a blessing he is to our community. And you may or may not be aware of this, so I'm just going to briefly tell you. This is Bitcoin, my own screenshot of it. And what happened was, this one, you can see the bulls and the bears, and they were fighting it out. And I was seeing this in the HBAR chart actually this morning before I was selling. A real battle with it. And let me make this clear, I'm the biggest bull out there. You know, I've got a rocket ship, me in a rocket ship, for fuck's sake, on my website. But right now I'm a bear, and for good reason, and I'll explain why a little bit later. But yeah, there's this battle going on. And ultimately, this one, I go on to say down here, look, this is what he was saying, and basically the gist of it was, if this candle come this Sunday, if the body is below here, then this is a bearish case scenario, meaning we could be well going down. I also did research, and these are the key areas to look at: 64,800 or 62,800. And of course, when I woke up this morning, it was 61 something. So to me, it looks more likely that we're not done. Now I get it. Some of you are like, "Fuck it, we're going to 90k." And if you believe that, then fine. And if we do, it's happy days. I'm not bothered. But this nicely brings me on to why I made this call. I made this call on selling it because you do need, in my opinion, not financial advice, you need to have some fiat on the side. And this is why it was a calculated decision. I wanted to raise some more funds because, looking at my portfolio, I'm quite happy with a lot of the little gems that I've got, but I held 3 main bags, and they were HBAR, NIA, which has done fantastically well, Rose, not really kicked on as yet, but I'm alright with that. But the biggest 2 out of the 3 were HBAR and NIA. And then I'm like, okay, this could backfire on me, you know, holding all this HBAR. What happens if we actually do drop? Yeah, and you've got to remember, if you're not new to the channel, you'll be aware that I was interested and still am in Peak, and since then there's an update. I have gone and bought Crest, more on that in another video. So I'm kind of committed because I'm so into wanting to make sure I've got funds for Peak. And this is why I cannot lose, in my opinion, because yes, HBAR might now go up, and some might say, "Paul, haha, you know, you sold too early." I really couldn't give a fuck. I don't care, because Peak, in my opinion, will outperform HBAR. Can I guarantee it? Of course I can't. But they're projected to be the home of 50% of deep-in projects. Let that sink in. And even if they don't quite pull it off, get 40%? I think it's going to be an absolute monster. And this is what I'm saying, guys. You've got to think, well, have I just been stubborn and listened to the wrong people? All right, and have I got a dull and shit portfolio? Sorry to be blunt, but some of you will have, and you won't even realise it. That's the harsh reality. Whereas plenty of you are very savvy, got it dialed in, and be like, "Paul, I'm all right, thanks." Fair play. But there are a lot of people that fall into the trap of listening to certain people and then thinking they've got the best portfolio going, and they are in for massive disappointment, I believe. Of course, I don't know. I ain't got a crystal ball. Easy to say. I'm just being honest, talking to you as a friend, guys. And so, what I'm talking about is, have you got decent, biggish bags in the right narratives? And the right narratives, you know this by now, there's enough people talking about it, but the top 3 for me are deep in, gaming, and AI, closely followed by layer 1s and layer 2s. Yeah, there's real world assets, there's all other stuff, and memes, to be fair. But yeah, if you've got a portfolio littered with all layer 1s, what happens if then you're waiting for layer 1 season and everyone else is popping off, and then you're getting a bit twitchy? Not good. So the decision for me was ultimately based on research, what looks likely with the market, and that for me is more likely that will go down. And also, what gave me comfort in making this call was the fact that even if we do not, and HBAR still goes up, yes, will I be worse off in the short term? Yes, but it's not a short-term game. It's not a short-term game that I'm playing here. It's about changing my life, as you guys are looking to do yourselves. So for me, does having peak win over HBAR for my portfolio? Does every day, so I'm totally comfortable. But it's not just peak. There is also super, the gaming coin. I haven't got a major play. I've got tidbits, little plays and stuff. So that's also another one that I also want to be adding. That's my number one, and I'm looking for that to drop a little bit more. So this brings me to my final point, really, and I'll be talking about the YouTuber. So let's get to that. So the YouTuber I'm talking about is Jake. Nothing against him personally. There's no reason to anybody have a shit fit or anything like that. I'm just saying that I joined Jake's group. When was it? Probably I think it was June last year. It was really good at first, but like a lot, nearly all most members in there, we allowed ourselves to be influenced. I think this would be a fair assumption, and a very high percentage of us start to buy quant and also HBAR. But this isn't Jake's fault, it's our fault for allowing to be influenced. And by that, I mean that quant will be fine for him. He's been buying it, I don't know how much. He's got a much bigger budget than probably you or I. I don't know how many he owns. I don't. I know he's been buying it for a long time. I won't be surprised if he's got many hundreds of them. Right? He's already been transparent and says he owns 1 million HBAR. But this is not pick on Jake Day. I'm just using this as an example. So no BS. He's been quite transparent and said he's got 500,000 HBAR. I've been transparent about what I own in here, and transparency is good. But what you need to be doing is thinking sometimes, what is their motive? Sometimes it will be innocently done, and they're not therefore taking a step out to think about how that could, if that's the right thing for somebody else, which is probably the case, to be fair, in Jake's case, when he's done it. But there will be others that are cynical, and all they want to do is pump their bags. And I'm not saying that quant's a bad investment. I think it's a solid coin. I think it'll do well. But equally, you're getting, I think it was an OBS saying it's going to be $3,000. Apologies if I've got that wrong, but I think I've heard that. I think it's bollocks. I don't think it's going anywhere near $3,000. I think we're looking to do 2. And I don't even think it's doing 2, but we'll see. We don't know. I don't want to get into a war of words of, it's just my opinion. There's no need to be getting knickers in the twist. All I'm saying is that these types of coins will not generate you a lot of money, and people then believe certain people, and they get influenced it, and then you end up building bags, as I have done, of these, to then go later down the line, fuck, what have I been doing? I've been in the wrong ones here. So I'm not promoting wholesale changes to your portfolio. You probably worked hard during the bear market if you've been a while, and if you've got the good entries, fine, stick with it. This is not for everybody, but all I encourage you to do is look at it and ask yourself, is your portfolio, are you in the right narratives? Yeah. Is it balanced? And the reason why balance is so key is because they're going to go at different stages, and you don't want to have it heavily weighted in one lot and then thinking, when's this coming? You don't need the stress. Yeah, you just do not need the stress. None of us do. So if it's balanced, you'll always have something going off. You'll have money coming in that you can repurpose and then make more money from actually having a balanced portfolio. Balanced is put about a lot, isn't it? The word balance. Well, that's what we're talking about. It's got to measure. It's got to be in line with your risk appetite. Yeah, not mine, not Jake's, not no other fuckers. What you're comfortable doing, But the point that I'm trying to make, and hopefully I have made, is that there is no set answer for everybody. If you've invested a lot of money, then quant is a fine play to make. You know, you're 100 grand or into it or whatever, and you're going to be getting a 7 net X. Happy days. But the chances are most of you watching the video haven't invested 100 grand into it, or nowhere near, probably not even 10. And just like, this is your one chance to change your life. Big time regulations could come in, this would be gone, last Wild West. So just food for thought to look at your portfolio and think, have I been influenced here? And I'm about to fuck this up in terms of potentially what I could get out of it. Equally, do not be reckless. Yeah? And like I say, what I have done with selling HBAR made complete and utter sense to me. In my eyes, because I've got conviction in peak and super, irrespective of what HBAR does, whether this goes up after this video, I do not lose, because I have a plan. Don't just go and sell some shit and then not know what you're going to do with it. Sounds obvious, but people sometimes, well, I'm sorry to say, stupid. And I'm sure that's not you. But if it makes sense to you, you just got to play the averages. Irrespective of what people think, we could be going up, we could be going down. Now I'm in a position where I'm alright with both. I totally am. And finally, the reason why I said I'm a bear at the moment is because I think we all should be. If you want to make money out of it, I mean some serious money out of it, I know there's all the inflows and everything else, but you've got to understand about market structure. Yeah? If we get a bigger drop, this baby keeps going on for longer, we all make more money. So, on a final note, let's hope it drops. And I hope you're prepared for it. And I hope, finally, you got all that out of it. And if you did, please don't hesitate to subscribe and like the video. In fact, what I might actually do as well is, if you guys want to comment, I may actually do a video about where I think HBAR can go. But yeah, let me know. Maybe do a part 2. But there you go. Alright, see you soon. Bye.